So there's a group of people that are up in arms because South Africa wants to take stolen farmland back from the people of South Africa and give it back to the people of South Africa, which it sounds like the right thing to do, you would think, right? You took something from me, I'm looking at it, it's right there, give it back. It belongs to me, I'm taking it. Anybody would do that. All right? But you have these people who are up in arms, and they are the same people who voted for Donald Trump after he said shit like, let's ban Muslims from coming into the country. Let's go ahead and just take out the families. Let's kill the families of these terrorists that we created, by the way. You know, we created these terrorists, but we're going to just do all this research. We're going to find out who their family members are, and we're going to torture and kill them. Even though they have nothing to do with shit. They probably don't even know this quote-unquote terrorist that they're related to. But yeah, you know, that's fine. We could just waterboard them and torture them to death, and that's fine. And you guys had no problem with that. You still voted for him after he said shit like that. You know what I mean? He was talking about Mexicans were rapists and murderers, and he was going to deport a bunch of them. He was going to build a wall to keep the rest of them out. He didn't care if this person had been here for 20 years and had his own roots here now. It doesn't matter. If you don't have that right paperwork, we're going to scoop you up into this bus and we're going to take you off, drop you off in Mexico and let you figure it out for yourself, right? Nobody had any problem with that, you know, because, you know, they're thinking, hey, you know, we're white. We can do whatever we want, damn it. There's too many damn brown, black people around here. We need to do something to change this shit. Right? That's what everybody was thinking. That's what people were saying. We read the comments. We listen to what people say. All right? We know how you motherfuckers have been talking. We know how you feel about shit. So what is the big deal now that over there in Africa, which is a shithole country, right? A bunch of shithole countries over there. That's what they said, right? That's what you co-signed with. You thought it was funny when Trump said that shit. So if it's such a shithole fucking continent, then why do you want your people there? Wouldn't you want them to come back to get themselves out of that shithole situation that they're in? Why do they want to be in a shithole? That's what I don't understand. You should be clamoring up some dollars so you can help them. You know, why don't you move them into your house? You care about them so much. Put some money together, get those people over here and put them into your house and help them get on their feet. How about that? Because it's a shithole place. You shouldn't want your people there. But see, the truth is, you know, they want to paint Africa with a broad brush and make it just seem like the whole fucking continent is broke. There ain't nothing but huts and tents covering that whole shit, okay? That's what they want you to believe. You go and you look at the economies. Just go and do it. Look at the economies of some of the countries they have over there in Africa. And you'll be surprised, man. A lot of them have booming economies over there. All right. But they paint this fucking wide fucking broad brush of poverty over the whole thing. And that's why people believe shit when they say, you know, shithole countries and shit. If it's a shithole, take your shit, pack your shit up and get the fuck out, man. And just leave it alone. Why are people trying to go there, man? Why are Chinese people there right now? Everybody's slowly trying to move in on Africa. You got a motherfucker who ain't having that shit. Like, nah, get your shit, get the fuck up out of here. And you guys are up in arms and shit. You have no problem with these quote unquote Jews killing off Palestinians, taking a little bit of land here and there, more and more and more. They're the minority population over there, but yeah, they have all the damn land. And to them, it's still not enough. And they're slowly killing them off. They're not going to make it obvious and just slaughter all of them at once, but they're slowly doing it. They got them motherfuckers on a 100-year plan, man. A Palestinian won't even fucking exist in 100 years. I bet you they're on some type. We're just going to slowly just pick them off and we're going to knock that shit completely off the map. That's what they're doing, man. Nobody has a problem with that shit. You know, nobody cares about that. But as soon as you tell somebody who's not brown or black something to get the fuck out, then you should be up in arms about it. Because these people are so fucking uppity. They're so much on their fucking high horse They think so highly of themselves that they believe that they saved Africa. I mean, read some of these damn comments, man. They believe that they saved Africa, man, by being over there. They actually believe shit like that, and they want me to believe it when they try to tell me this shit. Like I'm supposed to take their word for it. They're not knowing. I already know, man. I'm already up on game, man. You can't try to tell me that you saved Africa. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to tell me you saved me as a quote unquote African American, a black American here. You did not save me. Oh, you should be happy that we took you. Because now look at what you got. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You haven't done shit for me. Nothing at all, man. You know? They want to take all the bad things that they have done in history and try to say, oh, well, you know, that was okay. You know, we helped everything in the end. No, you didn't. You made shit worse. It's still fucked up. You know, because you look at this situation with the Mexicans, and this is their situation. They got to deal with it in whatever way they decide to do that, okay? But the reason why it's interesting to me as a quote-unquote black American here is because I'm looking at it like this is them choosing them first. This is the white people choosing them first to get them the fuck out of here because they have a quick and easy place to send them. You know, Mexico is just right there. We have a whole nother fucking continent we'd have to go to for them to get rid of us, okay? But who's to say that one day, because they're so desperate, you got these white nationalists, they are fucking desperate, man. They're to their breaking point, all right? Who's to say one of them doesn't get into office or become some type of lawmaker and say, and now turn the tables on black people? That's why I'm looking at what they're doing with Mexicans right now. Because I'm looking at them like, okay, they're just trying to get rid of them first. But who's next? Because they've already put the narrative out there about black people. We're hoodlums, thugs, we're going to rob them, you know, and all this type of shit. We're all the same. You know, none of us get up and go to work and you know, pay our bills and just want to just have fun with our family, just like everybody else. We're all out there robbing people and shit. You know, this is what they want to believe. And they put this out there and they constantly show you on the news all the black people who are doing shit. Black people robbed this liquor store. There was a murder over here. You know, like they show you all the stuff that black people do. They paint this narrative that we're all like that. And it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, before they turn on us and say it's time to get these black motherfuckers out of here. That's what I'm looking at. So, and I already know just by reading comments and listening to the way that they talk that they would be up for something like that. You think they're going to say, no, that's not right? You think they're going to do that? Some of them might, but the majority of them aren't going to do that. We would be in a fucked up situation. We have no military. We were tricked into believing that their military represents us as well. Yeah, that's only until they decide that it doesn't, you know, until they decide to let us know that that's not really the case. We would have to hope and pray that somebody on the continent of Africa gives a shit about us and that they would have our back and try to help us. We would have to pray for that. And we all know how that might turn out. We just might be shit out of luck. Hey, it's happened in history before. Why should I believe that it wouldn't happen again? Is it really something that can't happen again? Like, is it really impossible for them to just say, hey, we don't want black people here no more? Let's lock them up. Let's put them in these fucking camps that we're building up everywhere. You know, because if you haven't seen that, you need to look into that, man. Look into Walmart, man. They're closing down Walmarts and turning them into big prisons. That's what they're doing. Look it up right here on YouTube. They put out some shit saying that they were fixing some type of plumbing or something like that. But they're completely gutting these Walmarts. And you know, that's a big ass fucking warehouse, okay? They're gutting these shits out, putting penitentiary bars and all types of shit in them, man. People have already went and recorded this shit. All right? What is all of that for, man? What are all these camps that you can find all over America? What is all that shit for, man? That shit is for something. They're not spending a budget on that shit for no reason. Or for a just in case type thing. Okay? So what is all that for? Why aren't you questioning any of that? Why you're worried about them over there in Africa being told to get the fuck out? Why aren't you worried about shit like that? You know, because in your mind, you're thinking that's not for you. You know that's for somebody other than white people, white Europeans here. So you either pretend like you don't see it, like it doesn't exist, because there's still people who try to argue with you and tell you that there's no such thing as concentration camps here in America. They're not being built. All these FEMA camps and shit, that they don't exist. But yet you can find tons of footage where you can see with your own damn eyes that they got these fucking camps everywhere, man. They're building them shits right in front of you at Walmart, inside of it, blocking the shit off so you can't see what they're doing inside that motherfucker, man. Go look at the shit for yourself. One time I was at a fucking a railroad stop. A train was going by, and that shit had all types of tanks and military vehicles on that shit. A bunch of them, man. I mean, that shit, it took like 10 minutes for that shit to finish, man. It was just nothing but military vehicles and shit. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is all that? I ain't never seen no shit like this, man. And one time I was on the 405 freeway and I saw a tank sitting on that motherfucker. A straight up tank. All right, so there's you know, I can't trust that black people won't be next to get rid of. They've already told you how they feel about Mexicans. The narrative about us is already out there. It's just a quick switch is all they got to do. You know? So I don't care if you're up in arms about what's going over there in South Africa, because they see the way you are. That's why they don't want you there, man. They're trying to get rid of you for a reason, man. And I see people saying, oh, it's going to go to shit as soon as those white people leave, because, you know, a black person couldn't possibly know how to take care of a farm. I mean, that's impossible. They're subhuman. You know, they have a low IQ. They obviously don't know how to grow vegetables. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they think, man. They're this fucking arrogant that they really believe that, you know, black people are just going to die without them. You know what I mean? Like, it just amazes me how arrogant and cocky they are. And how silly. I wish they knew how silly they look and sound when they say shit like this. You know what I mean? The world would go on just fine. You know, we don't need any more of your quote unquote help. You know, because the only thing you've helped us do is to die. That's it. Spraying shit all in the air. Everybody done got cancer now. Who doesn't die of fucking cancer now? You know, people dying all early and shit, 30s and 40s and shit. People used to live long lives, man. You done put fast food chains everywhere. Put all types of shit that you can't even pronounce in food. This is what you've done. And we're supposed to thank you for this. You don't even grow real food. You don't even serve real food anymore. You know, you tell us something is a fry, a French fry, and that shit don't even have potatoes in it, man. Look at McDonald's fries, man. I watched that documentary, Super Size Me, man. Look at them fucking fries, man. And I, you know, I noticed that shit too, because when you got kids, sometimes you'll find a McDonald's fry underneath the bed when you clean and shit like that. Like you'll find a fry somewhere, and that shit still looks like, you know, it just came off the little thing where they put the salt on it and shit. You know, that shit does not fucking break down at all. That's not real food, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what you're doing to that farm food over there. We don't know if you're growing. You could be putting all types of chemicals and shit to grow that and fucking with their health. We don't know that. So anyway, I've gone on long enough. You guys leave me your comments and let me know what you think. I'm out.